Welcome to the Alpha Gal Outdoorsman Podcast, where we talk all things Alpha Gal and all things outdoors. Everything from hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, canoeing, kayaking, jeeping, off-roading, even gardening. I'm your host, Robert Worley. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Gal Outdoorsman. As the intro just said, I am your host, Robert Worley. This is an experiment. Today's episode is definitely an experiment, but before I get into explaining that too much, I want to give you a little update on Bill 578. So, myself and three other fellow bitten Alpha Galese and myself went to on the 15th. Today, what's the date today? 17th. 17th. So on the 15th, which was 2 days ago, Wednesday, we went to the Capitol building in Columbus, Ohio, and spent the whole afternoon walking from senator's office to senator's office, passing out information over Alpha Gal syndrome from the Alpha Gal Alliance Action Fund, or Action, yes. Anyway, at any rate, we had a great day. We got to talk to some senators. We had two meetings that went both well. Both meetings that we had, the senators, they're all on board, and we had a lot of good interactions. I think we're really looking good right now. House Bill 578 is in. You're going to get in the right lane and stay on 275. So right now it is in the Senate's Health Committee. We expect it to pass through really fast and go to the floor for the first hearing. And with that being said, this is my buddy Roy Posadny. Say hey, Roy.
Hey, Roy.
So Roy and I, today is April the 17th. Kentucky turkey season comes in tomorrow, and we are right now on 275. Just went around Cincinnati. We are heading south, going to Eastern Kentucky turkey hunting. Are you excited?
Man, I've been excited for the whole week. Thunder Chicken Day's coming.
Thunder Chickens. So we're going down here in Tick Country.
Yeah.
We're going down here in Tick Country. Roy, before me, so usually you've heard the podcast, so usually we want to start things out. Anyways, I wanted to say this was an experiment. I guess I skipped ahead a little too fast, didn't I? So this is an experiment. Me and Roy right now are on 275 East, heading south, and we're recording this while going down the road. So this may get scratched. It may not. I don't know. And this also could be a two-part series. If the weekend goes well, and as Roy said, we knocked down a couple Thunder Chickens, we may do this episode on the way down, and then do one the night before we come home or something like that, or even do one coming home and make this a two-part series. I'm not sure, but we will. Is this still? Yeah, we're still recording. Yeah. Sometimes I get a little confused, Roy.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. So my buddy Roy here is a railroad man. He works for the railroad. Roy, before me, had you heard of Alpha Gal syndrome?
I never even had heard of the Lone Star Tick or Alpha Gal at all.
At all. And then you and I, we've been buddies for, let's see, goes back to 1994.
Yeah, 94.
94. So that's been a long time. Yeah. And you're friends with D-Ray, which I had D-Ray on, my other hunting buddy there a couple weeks ago. D-Ray was supposed to be with us, but his wife fell and broke her leg, and he is home taking care of Mama.
He's a good man.
I bet the mushrooms are so big we're going to be tripping over them.
I hope we find them. That way we can send you plenty of pictures.
That's right. Yeah, so D-Ray, we're going to find you some mushrooms. Now, I can't guarantee we won't eat them, but we're going to look for them.
I guarantee you we're going to eat them.
Yeah. So, Roy, you had never heard of Alpha Gal before me, and then all of a sudden, bam! I got slapped with the plague.
Yeah, I was shocked to watch the transformation of what we all would consider normal life into life with Alpha Gal. It from the outside looking in, it was tragic watching you fumble through and not know, and
Makes you not want that stuff.
Son, I'm telling you right now, I am a full believer, son. I will spray. I'll take a bath in it.
Yeah. Well, we have our permethrin. My wife looked in the box and she said, "You got enough tick spray?" I used a full bottle yesterday, daggone near a full bottle, and sprayed all my hunting clothes, everything all the way down to my socks and boots and everything. And then I got a brand new bottle in there, and I bet I got 2 bottles of permethrin, and I bet I got 5 bottles of different kinds of DEET. So we're covered. We are definitely covered.
Yeah.
So Roy, you work for the railroad, and you're on the road all the time, and you and your crews, you are off in the weeds
Every day.
Every day. You're in them. Ticks is a big part of your job, right?
Yeah. It is. It's a 24/7, 365. I've picked ticks off of me in the middle of the winter with 12 inches of snow on the ground. So unfortunately, there ain't no place to hide from them. And the railroad is one of those genres that it's everyday life. You have to do a tick check. My wife is so tired of me dropping trowel and be like, "I need you to look at everything. I need a tick check." And yeah. So she's well versed in
tick education.
Tick education.
So before me and you learn about this, now, if I understand this right, you have gotten the safety stores to start carrying permethrin spray. Is that correct?
They were carrying it, but they just weren't. It just wasn't as pronounced up here in the north as it is down south. You know, we have tracks that run down Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, and those guys were more aware of it. But speaking to my upper management, it could be a problem. I mean, you get bit on the job, of course, it becomes a lifelong ailment that could possibly roll into
who knows what.
You just never know. So we've actually had discussions, and we're hopefully going to make it more prominent up in the northern part of the world to take precautions.
Education.
Yeah, education.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can do that with you and the Alpha Gal Alliance.
Yeah. So when I was at the Senate Wednesday, Alpha Gal Alliance Action Fund had sent a ton of material. They sent had pamphlets made up, and then shout out to Kelly Keys, who is the lobbyist in Ohio that is helping us work on this bill. She had all these printed up in folders. Man, it's outstanding educational information, right? So she printed up. We went to 33 senators' office. I bet she printed 60 of them, just for whoever we could pass them out to, right? So I brought them home. I was able to. I got to bring the extras home. I'm sending them with Roy, and their next safety meeting, he's taking them to the railroad, and just simply to raise awareness, in the railroad industry in the northern part, because, like you said, down south they're educated.
No, educated.
Yeah, you can't help but to be educated down that way in Alpha Gal Center. But up here, it's coming. It's here, but it's just now starting to get out to where people are like, "Holy wow, man! Holy wow!" So that's pretty good stuff, Roy. I do appreciate you helping us, raise awareness. I don't want the whole purpose of this podcast and everything is just simply for that right there.
Well, and I tell you, it's you just need to be hyper vigilant. I mean, it's like when we went turkey hunting and I found that Lone Star tick on me that first day.
Yeah.
I about run out of the room naked. Had you just do me a tick check right out there by the campfire, and it absolutely just freaked me out. Because
it wasn't embedded. Was it?
No, it wasn't embedded. But what we hear, I hear Lone Star tick, Alpha Gal, and I think, oh my gosh, I got one on me. I got to have it.
Yeah.
And so even as educated as you had me at that point, it went completely out the window.
You broke out in a cold sweat.
Son, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
I never thought about streaking in my 50s like I had at that point.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it wasn't embedded. You don't have alpha gal, which is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. I love cheeseburgers and I love bacon.
Sure. Yeah. Well, the first time I told you about alpha gal, what was wrong with me, tell him what you was eating that very day.
I was eating the greasiest bacon cheeseburger, and it had double cheese on it, had grease running down my elbow, and it about made me cry.
It hurt my feelings when he told me that, too. But let's get, so it is Thunder chicken season. We are going turkey hunting. So turkey season, they've had youth season down here. Turkey season in Kentucky opens tomorrow, which is April the 18th. Right now it is 10:30 a.m. on the 17th, Friday. We're heading down. We're going to roost some birds tonight. So the two of the fellows that was coming, Doug and D-Ray, that was going to come mushroom hunting, neither one of them was able to get away, so now it's me and Roy. But one of the landowners on one of the farms that we hunt is going to join us. For a friend of mine, a guy I went to school with, he owns one of the farms, 150-acre patch that we hunt down here. So there will be 3 of us. I'm kind of excited. It'll be fun. I'm not even going to carry a gun tomorrow. I'm just going to call. But Roy and I was down here. So we doubled up last year. We doubled up. We was in the bottom, and we just listening for calling, and we couldn't hear. We couldn't hear any. And I had to run back out to the Jeep. I'd forgot my water bottle, and I wanted to get my water bottle. So we had parked up at the farmhouse, and I had walked back up, and I heard gobbling. And I was up by the road, and it was on the other side of the road. And I walked out around the farmhouse and looked, and man, this god-awful batch of turkeys out there in the field strutting. And so I get back to Roy, and I'm like, Roy, we got to climb this mountain, son. There is a little clearing on top of the mountain up there, and they're in them strut zones. We need to get up there. And we did. We climbed that mountain, and kind of heading to them, I thought I heard a gobble. And I stopped. We stopped. I hit the call once or twice. Man, they fired up. Boy, they was hot, wasn't they?
They were screaming.
They was cut. We just throwed our packs down, set no decoys out, set down, and Roy, how long did it take, Roy?
Dude, I think you might have hit that call twice, and they hit and were on us. I mean, they were running.
Yeah.
They were running. I mean, they were on us before we could even get comfortable. And
yeah. I mean, we throwed the packs down and set down, chambered up, and man, it was as soon as I'd hit a call, they would cut me off. I mean, call, bam, they cut me off. And we killed 2 nice birds. We doubled up. We killed 2 nice birds. Both of them had 9-inch beards or thereabouts, 9-inch beards. So we're hoping for the same thing tomorrow morning.
Love it. I would love it.
Huh? So we've been talking strategy a little bit down here. So I'm not going to carry a gun tomorrow, which I kind of like. I mean, it's like a burden, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I can focus on calling. I'm going to call for the landowner, Arnie, and my buddy Roy here. We're going to set them up, and hopefully, you know, the one farm, we got 2 different farms down here we're going to be hunting, and they both hold birds. I just hope they're talking. What's the weather going to be like?
It's supposed to be nice.
Is it?
Supposed to be nice.
I'm going to pull the weather app up real fast.
And cold front's coming in Sunday night. But,
Sunday night, yeah. I think Sunday morning's going to be like 44, ain't it?
Yeah, it's going to be
a little
nipply out.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So tomorrow, there might be, let's see, a little chance of rain tomorrow, but it don't look like through the morning. So tomorrow morning is going to be 52. Today's going to be 82.
Shoot.
And then it's going to get up to 78 tomorrow, so it's going to be hot tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be warm tomorrow.
Be hot. But 52 in the morning, man, we can get them off the roost. We're going to be looking good, huh?
Yeah, man, it'd be nice to double up and then just sit and, you know, bask in our awesomeness.
In our glory.
How awesome are we? Talk to each other about how awesome both of us are.
Yeah, we might have to redo this whole podcast. Just tell how good we are.
Start out talking about how awesome we are.
Yeah, that's right. So we are heading to Hemlock Hill. So Alpha Gal Outdoorsman might very well have its first sponsor. If it does, it'll show up in another episode or two. So if you are on Facebook, go to Facebook and look up Hemlock Hill and Acorn Ridge at Red River Gorge. That's 2 cabins down here in Red River Gorge, and we're going to Hemlock Hill. 2, 4, 6, 8 sleeps 8 people in a bed. 2-story. It's got a hot tub and all the amenities. It's a really nice place. So I'm pretty sure that we got the deal done. Talking to the owner's been kind of tough, dealing with him, but he's coming around our way of thinking on sponsorship for Alpha Gal Outdoorsman. So the beautiful thing is, if you're looking for a weekend getaway in the Red River Gorge in eastern Kentucky or Natural Bridge, both cabins are 15 minutes away from the Natural Bridge parking lot and 7 minutes away from the back entrance to Red River Gorge, and it's actually kind of all the gorge, pretty much.
Well, I've been traveling in Kentucky my whole life. Been in Ohio. Never knew what beauty and what adventures a couple hours away.
I know, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah. For us, I mean, it's 3.5 hours to get down here, and it's just amazing. The landscape changes between here and there.
The environment changes, the people change, the environment changes, and you change.
People,
you change.
Well, thanks, Roy. But anyways, go to the Facebook. Oh, here's the good part. Go to the Facebook page and look up Hemlock Hill and Acorn Ridge at Red River Gorge, and you can take a really good look at the cabins and see what they're like. And here's the good part. If you want to make a weekend getaway or a trip down to eastern Kentucky, send an email to alphagaloutdoorsman@gmail.com and say, looking for the weekend getaway at the gorge. And we will send you a discount code with the phone number to call the management company, and you will get a 10% discount on your stay. So, how's that for a deal, son?
I'll tell you.
Huh? Yeah. So, one more time. Hemlock Hill and Acorn Ridge at Red River Gorge on Facebook. Take a look at them, then send us an email. So, what we in here? We're about 17 minutes. This is a quick one. We can add to this, Roy. What do you think? 2-part series or add to this?
Yeah, let's add to it. And like I said, all I can say is anybody that's getting out in the weeds and getting out and doing the outdoor adventure, for the love of all that's holy, spray up, protect yourself. It's been horrible watching you go through it.
For the love of cheeseburgers.
For the love of cheeseburgers and bacon and cheese. Just protect yourself. It's been horrible to watch you go through it.
That might be the name of this podcast.
That'd be awesome.
Turkey Bonanza for the love of cheeseburgers. Yeah. So I'm excited to hear about how. So you got a meeting with the bosses where you work here. And it's kind of like a safety meeting, I guess?
It's going to be our yearly kind of hot weather meeting. We do training that we've taken for the last 16 years.
And most of your, and you got guys that come up from like Louisville and Georgia and places
Somerset,
like that.
A lot of southern guys, a lot of guys from Muncie, Indiana.
Yeah.
So it's a good conglomerate of guys from different areas.
I'm sure them guys will help educate you, but so that's where you're going to take them pamphlets at and make sure that the bosses get all them. Yeah. Read through them a little bit before you take them down. It's kind of interesting. Funny thing was, I went. I'm not going to tell it. I won't tell everybody this. Just all the podcast listeners. I showed up at the State House that morning, and they had emailed me the packet, but I didn't read it. It's my busy season.
You don't say.
I didn't read it. So that morning, I'm standing at the Capitol building. We're getting ready to walk into the first senator's office, and I'm blasting through this info just to make sure that it's all correct, for one, because sometimes people, printers or what might, people from DC, whatever,
people like me writing the pamphlets.
You never know, right?
Never know.
Yeah. So reading through this thing, and it's pretty good, but it covers obviously the foods, and then it covers makeups and body lotions and lip balms and soaps and
Could not imagine.
toilet papers and that sort of thing. And then it also covers medication. So many medications have, if you listen to the last podcast with Eddie Palmer, Eddie had like a colitis,
Yeah.
whatever that was. Yes, and he was one drug away from getting his colon removed. Man, can you imagine?
No.
And
that's the holy grail of the body, man. I mean, the pancreas
That's it.
and the colon. And
yeah,
that's,
right.
That's your.
Yeah, well, I got a cousin that had to have one of them bags put on, from cancer. But he said the only thing good about this is I don't have to take a break to go outside and take a leak.
It's hard to have sexy time with a bag on.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So Roy, let's see here. Let's think about what we ain't covered. This is kind of a fly-by-night. Like I said, we're driving down the road. What gun are you hunting with? Right? What are you hunting with this weekend?
I am hunting with the Mossberg Turkey Special.
Oh, you got the 835.
Yeah, man.
Mossberg 835, and you got TSS loads?
I got them, son. I need all the help I can get.
I don't know. I seen you in action. Last year.
Yeah. I'm sure of it.
Reach out there and touch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking like they say them things shoot 50, 60 yards.
Yeah. Well,
They hold a group that tight.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I never had a chance to experiment because they come running in on us so hard. They were damn near in our laps.
That was that magnificent calling from that caller. What that was.
That pheromone you put out there.
Yes, exactly right. We're going to get on I-75 South right up here. You got a mile.
Yeah.
They was in our lap. Them suckers was I don't know.
We had a little berm, and when they come over that berm, they were racing each other.
Yeah.
They were in a full-fledged sprint.
Well, that hen they was listeting to sounded good.
She was hot.
Yeah, she was hot. She was purring.
Yeah. Been listening to her for almost 30 years, so she does something to you.
That same one, right? Right? Yeah. And sitting right down and then the next day, because you get two birds in Kentucky, you get two birds. So the next day, Roy and I get out. We bust all morning, and there was just nothing gobbling. It was hard. And as crazy as it sounds, me with Alpha Gal and me and my buddy and me with Alpha Gal, we hiked and hiked and hiked. And we sat down by this pond. And next thing I know, he's throwing sticks at me because I was snoring.
Hardcore.
We laid right down in the weeds. But that's a good thing about the permethrin, man. And this podcast is not sponsored. Well, we're working on the cabin sponsor for sure, but I'm not sponsored by any tick spray or anything like that. But I use that Sawyer's permethrin, man, and we soak our clothes, and that stuff works. It works, and they say 6 weeks or 6 washings. I've never let it go that long. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that I'll use my clothes for a hunt or two, and then I'm going to spray them again just because I want to be sure. And then the morning of, I always stick some tick repellent in my pocket, and then before we head in, I'll get my neck, my waistline, and anywhere where there could be some skin. I'll pull my pants up and get my shins and, that kind of stuff. But my hair, under my hat, and a little behind the ears. I mean, a little wet behind the ears, Yeah. But yeah, me and Roy, we hunted hard last year, and it was probably, I don't know, what time would you say, mid-morning, 10, 11 o'clock?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
we just kind of kicked back in the woods and sat down, and
it was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. We'd been moving, running and gunning, and just sat down and took us a nap in the woods. And I, as Eddie said at the last episode, he watches the social media sites just like most of us do. And, when people get bit and they get Alpha Gal, the first thing they do is quit doing outdoors things. Well, it's a little late now,
Yeah.
You're giving up the things that you love. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to take the right precautions. I wish I'd have been aware of it before, and took them precautions before, and I wouldn't be in in the shape. But I've said this before, that I thought I was invincible when it comes to that. I thought I was tougher than the tick. You know, I've been outdoors my whole life, and I've picked, I don't know how many ticks off of me. And but it only takes one.
Yeah, well.
It only takes one. My buddies, my hunting buddies like D-Ray and Roy here, and you know, Jeff and Brugman, the guys that I hunt with, that I take my big trips down here and down south with and stuff like that, they're well educated because of me. And we got a standing rule at the cabin. When you walk in, there's tick spray. Oh, and there, you know what? There's another bottle of Sawyer's in the closet down
Beautiful
here.
thing.
Yeah.
You can't never have enough.
You can never have enough. So, standing rule, the night before, everybody sprays their clothes, and you know, we hand out the deed the next morning. You know, and it's just
because we all love cheeseburgers and bacon.
For the love of cheeseburgers.
For the love of cheeseburgers and bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about? Let me ask you this, Roy. You have ate some of my meals. Now, we won't talk about D-Ray and the cookies, because, you know, he didn't like him cookies.
Yeah, he did not.
But
he didn't like your emu steaks either. Or
man, you know what? I feel like I got a bad batch. Was them emu or ostrich? I think I brought
ostrich.
I brought ostrich down.
Ostrich. Yeah.
And I order ostrich and emu steaks off a line, and man, usually they are out of sight. And I thought they was good then, but Donnie got one that had some. He had some fat in it.
Yeah, he had some fat in it.
He was not a fan.
He was not happy.
How'd you like it?
I enjoyed them. I was, you know, I'd push my way to the front of the line, so I got the select portions.
Yeah, right.
And it was delicious. I mean, I have ate more exotic meats in preparations down here with you than I think I probably ever would. And there's a lot of stuff out there that everyday Joes like myself haven't experienced, and man, we ought to, as a group, man. If you're outside and you haven't experienced the array of, you know, wild game, you're missing out.
That's right.
You are missing out.
I mean, last year, you know, Doug and D-Ray had them big old batches of mushrooms, big old yellows. They were the size of beer cans, and we come in with 2 turkeys, and we cut the breast off them birds. And beat them down. You know, we laid them out and took a pan and beat them real flat. And I can't remember. We used breadcrumbs and flour, I think, or something. I can't remember.
We used Brugman. He had us using the croutons. Remember the croutons? Yeah,
he found some safe croutons for me. Yeah, and we used some croutons and smashed them up.
That was amazing.
And breaded that really super thin wild turkey, and it was like a tenderloin, wasn't it? It was like going to the carnival or the fair.
It's like getting a
tenderloin sandwich.
Big old hand.
Oh,
two hands. It was that big.
It hurt my feelings. Yeah, but then them mushrooms, we fried them mushrooms up, boy, and man, we ate like kings. I said it last episode, and I'm probably going to say it the next one, because we are in the middle of turkey bonanza right now. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for that. So, but here's one thing that struck me as funny about talking about coming down here, because we've been coming down here hunting for a few years now, and we got a Kroger Marketplace right beside us now, and I can go in there to that Kroger Marketplace, and I can find a lot of good options for me. You know, I use the Fig app, and I go in, and, you know, I hate the thought of the vegan thing, you know, because I are not one. I are not one. But we have, as Alpha Galpia, we have to eat a lot of vegan, you know, because we got to watch so much. But you come down here to Kentucky, I mean, to drive to a good grocery store, you'd have to drive a while. Now, we have a Save-A-Lot, which Save-A-Lot's awesome. I like it. It's cheap. We drive down to the Save-A-Lot down there. It's not like there's a lot of options, you know what I mean, for folks like me. So it's like, you know, I got to hit the fruits and vegetables section.
They don't have no turkey spam down here.
Man. I do like that turkey spam.
You made me a fan.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I like him. My grandma and grandpa, they used to take me to Canada, and I would spend all summer with them from about 10 to, I was 9 or 10 till about 13 or 14 years old. They'd pick me up right after school, come out. Now my dad and his brothers and sister owns it, but a cabin on St. Joseph Island in Canada, which is 40 miles east of Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. But my grandmother would go and spend I'm making this story a little longer than it is, but my grandmother would go spend all summer. My grandpa would come up, spend a week, and he'd go home and he'd work a while, and he'd come up and spend a week or 2 weeks and go home for a while. He'd be back and forth.
They stayed married for so long.
That's probably right. Yeah, if you knew him. But we would go fishing, and my grandmother and grandpa would throw a loaf of bread, a can of Spam, and an onion in a bag, and away we would go. And that was lunch. They'd open that can of Spam, slice it, put it on a piece of bread, and it had to be nice, soft, like Wonder Bread, you know. Piece of bread, and lay that piece of onion, little thin sliced onion on top of there. Man, my wife, she thinks it's disgusting as it can be. She won't eat that Spam. But I found that turkey Spam, and you can't tell the difference.
I remember the day you brought it home. You shoved a turkey roll up in my face. Said you go.
Oh, you was there. You showed up at my house the day I found it. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you said you gonna eat this.
You're going to eat. Well, we ate the whole can.
Yeah, we did.
We tried it cold on a sandwich, and then you said if we're going to do it, you're going to fry a piece. So I fried us a piece up. I forgot about that. Yeah.
We've shared.
There might be the shakes we've shared. There might be a can in the closet down here. Let's just hope there's a can.
Be a bad day for that can.
That's right. It could be lunch today. You never know. But anyways, that turkey Spam. You know, that's one of them things. I wonder if they got that to save lots. They don't have the turkey Spam. You got to answer that question.
I didn't ever see it.
Yeah. One thing you did find down here for me, and they don't have it anymore, is it Bar S?
Mm-hmm.
Bar S turkey bologna.
Yeah.
And you come carrying that stuff in, and it had me scared because I was like, man, I want that bad. I want to pack me a bologna sandwich and come out at lunchtime and have that. This was deer season, though, wasn't it? And but I was kind of scared of it, and I read the ingredients, and it looked safe, but man, turkey bologna had me scared. But I'm going to tell you what, boy, I went for it, and I ain't never regretted it. Son.
Almost seen that same look as when you found out Oreos were vegan.
Man, I had to back off the Oreos, son. The doctor got on me. He said, that fatty liver is going to do something bad to you if you don't ease up there. But it's just like, that's the things right there, is finding. I mean, when I interviewed Josh Martin, that was one of the things he said was cookies. There were certain cookies that he found that he loved, and he's like, you've done taken so many other things from me that I'm going to have my cookies. And so when we find them little things, man, it's such a blessing. Such a blessing.
Hard to not overindulge yourself.
Well, I ain't got no self-control, Roy. You already know that by now.
I've been around long enough to know that.
That's right. Yeah. But we'll have to go get us some lunch stuff. But one thing about the gorge down here is, man, the places I have ate at, I think almost every restaurant down here. We've been coming down here for a long time. And every one of these restaurants, and this is the difference between Eastern Kentucky and Ohio, is I can go in these restaurants down here and I can say, hey, I have alpha-gal syndrome, or I can say I have a red meat allergy. They understand that sometimes a little better. But every one of these restaurants down here, I can eat at. Skybridge has a vegetarian burger, and they make mean burgers, man. That's probably going to be dinner tonight.
I ain't mad about it.
Miguel's Pizza, man. Miguel's Pizza makes such good pizza, man. But they have, they even got vegan cheese. Now I'm very fortunate that I can still eat cheese, so I get regular cheese on my pizza. Trust me, you're going to be glad of that.
If I ever get it, son, I'm glad
I had that vegan cheese one time early on when I thought, and then nothing against Miguel's vegan cheese. It's just the simple fact of vegan cheese, I think. But Miguel's goes as much as I can go in Miguel's, order my pizza, and I get a large pizza. We get a large. We get mushrooms, onions, green peppers, and green olives. And then I tell them, I said, hey, I got Alpha-Gal. They cook it separate. They pull it out. They lay it in its own spot. And they use a different knife to cut it. And then they go ahead and stick the allergy pizza in a box, even though you're eating in. The other pizzas they'll just carry out on a pan and sit in front of you. But the allergy pizza, they go ahead and put it in the box and they bring it out to you. Now, that's some service, and that's having your employees knowledgeable about Alpha-Gal syndrome. So I'll shout out to them.
Kentucky and Ohio, because that is just not the way it is.
It ain't happening in Ohio, man.
They just don't know. I mean, it's the ignorance of not being educated on Alpha-Gal and red meat allergy is just amazing, considering we're just a couple hours away from.
I know, right?
From what seems to be the heart of it. That it's.
Well, that's one of the sad things too. Is what's it going to be like at home in 5 years?
Well,
I hope it don't get to the point where we have to have everybody educated, but. As far as your cooks and your restaurants and stuff, but it's coming.
The ketchup game is harder to overcome than preparing yourself for inevitability. It's coming.
That's right.
It's coming this way.
It's coming.
I mean,
so and speaking of home, my wife and I, we're both very busy people. So it's almost like at least once a week we go somewhere and grab something to eat. We both work late a lot, and a lot of times it's twice. In the summertime, spring, and stuff on our busy season. Red Mule in Eaton, Ohio, I got to give a shout out to. I have went in and explained. I always got to ask who's cooking, because if my cook's not cooking, I feel terrible right now. I mean, Tara's her name, Tara. So I go in, who's cooking? Tara's cooking. I said, tell her allergy man's here. And I just explained to her my allergy man. She takes good care of me. She cleans. She keeps my stuff separate. One day somebody asked her, they said, hey, what's wrong with him? One of the servers said, hey, what's wrong with him? She goes, I really don't know, but I ain't killed him yet. And it's real simple for her. Just keep it away from everything. Cook it separate. Make sure everything's clean, and she does, and that's awesome. We also go, I've mentioned this Mexican restaurant, so many times. We go over to Liberty, which is Liberty, Indiana, and we go over there to the Mexican restaurant over there, and we almost always, if they're super busy, I'll order off the vegetarian menu, but usually we get the chicken fajitas, and we tell them, said, hey, I'm the red meat allergy guy. And the cooks are really getting good at knowing that skillet. They bring your thing in, they put a good cleaning on it, and they instead of cooking it on their grill, they cook it in that skillet. They cook it in that skillet, and then they bring in fajitas out and slap them down. And I got to give a shout out to them. But I've had to teach them. I've had to train them two restaurants. Oh, man. And I almost forgot the most important. So when I got this stuff, I wasn't a fan of like the Olive Garden and stuff like that. I'm a meat and potatoes guy, Roy.
Well, we swim around the same bucket. I mean, that's you and me both.
That's right. So I'd done a bunch of research. I wasn't really doing research. That was social media stuff. And people, and like Olive Garden has got a great allergy guideline thing that the restaurants are supposed to go by, right? So I was like, wow, man. And, the manager is supposed to cook your food and carry your food to you to just eliminate any of the other cooks messing with it, right? So like, let's give it a shot. And this was really early on. We go over, and we tell the server, we're like, look, this is very important. This is actually the first time I've ate out in a couple of years. Here's the situation. She says, I'm going to get our manager, Angelo, to come out here. So here comes this cat. Man, what a cool cat. I mean, we have got to know him so well. When we get there, I mean, he carries my drink to me. He comes out. He knows what I drink. He'll get it. He'll bring it out and set it down. How you guys doing? It talks to us. And I always was getting the same thing. We'd go over and just get the pasta and marinara. And he would open me a fresh bag of marinara, new pot, whole 9 yards, just for me. Well, I've learned how to control my histamines and doing all the right things. I've gotten way better control. I told my server the last time, this was like 2 weeks ago, we was over there. I said, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to try the salmon. I'm going to salmon, broccoli. And so she takes all the notes and says, attention, Angelo, meat allergy guy. And here comes Angelo carrying me a drink. He said, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing? He says, you're out of your ordinary. Did you really order this? He actually came out because he thought it was unusual. It was unusual. And so I think in a couple segments from now, I'm going to start a little new segment, maybe every 2 or 3 episodes. It's called Be More Like Angelo.
Be More Like Angelo.
Be More Like Angelo. And we'll give handouts to people that do good cooking.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You probably need to educate people that are seeing this that maybe have alpha-gal of where they can go. Because, like you, we watched you,
right,
walk around the yard, circling the yard, not understanding or not knowing.
Right.
So,
yeah, we didn't eat out for a long time.
That's hard. That's hard in today's working society. But
it is, and that's something my wife and I mean, in certain times of year, I mean, her and I, like right now, springtime, her business is in full swing right now. Full swing. She closes at 5, but she's not done at 5.
No.
She has to water 2 or 3 or sometimes 400 plants and hanging baskets. She's got to get her mulch bin rotated around so we can get more mulch in. She's got to fuel bobcats and get stuff put away.
There's 8 o'clock. I mean, it's almost dark.
That's exactly right. And I'm usually, this time of year, I'm still out doing my work, And so we don't have time to cook every night, especially when it takes preparation like it does for me. I mean, sometimes it's a tomato sandwich, which is okay.
That's all right.
Yeah. So anyway, Turkey Bonanza, let's get back up. So be more like Angelo.
Be more like Angelo.
Well, we've had a couple sayings come out of this.
Yeah.
For the love of cheeseburgers. For the love of cheeseburgers.
Be more like Angelo.
Be more like Angelo. That's right. Yeah. So here we are. We are about, what mile marker are we at? Oh, we're almost halfway, Big Daddy.
Yeah, I'm happy.
We're almost halfway. So I'm not sure. I think this episode's rolled along pretty good, even though it's in the front of a pickup truck.
Yeah.
So something we might do is make this a 2-part series, and
hopefully got 2 big old Thomas behind us.
Oh, son, quit it. Yeah. Hopefully got some dead birds. Got some mushrooms. I got a feeling D-Ray's gonna make it, dude.
Yeah, I think
he's gonna call in the mother-in-law to come over and sit with Mama.
He almost had his mind changed over the phone, so I believe he almost left his poor wife there just sitting on the couch.
Give her. Here's 9 glasses of water. Use them conservatively.
Here's a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. Good luck. Hope your mom comes over soon.
Yeah. And here's the phone in case you need them, but I'm gonna set it over on this counter.
Make you work for it.
D-Ray, we're only kidding, buddy. We're just missing you at turkey camp. And Dougie,
who's gonna clean up?
That's exactly what he said. That is exactly what he said when he left. He said, "Who's gonna clean up after you guys?"
I didn't bring my dishwashing gloves.
I didn't either.
I know. You lost a thumb.
Yeah. Well, I'm allergic. I got an allergy to the dish soap, boys. Sorry. Yeah. But anyways, we'll see if this might be a 2-part series here at Alpha Outdoorsman. So any closers? Any concluders? Let's go turkey hunting, son.
I'm Thunder Chicken bound, son. That's where I'm at.
I've been so excited for turkey season this year
Been
coming
jacked
up, man.
up all week.
Yeah. So we're halfway there. We will. So we're just gonna call this part one. Part one of Kentucky Turkey Camp. Come on. So thank you all for tuning in to Alpha Outdoorsman. We'll be catching you. When will we be catching you? On the way home, right?
Unless we get double up.
Final word
For
the love of cheeseburgers.
For the love of cheeseburgers, be more like Angelo.
Be more like Angelo. See you. Tuning in to Alpha Outdoorsman. Make sure to hit that follow button. And until we meet again, wear your tick repellent.